My name is Matt. I'm the consent geek of the trio of the Dearmouring team. I'm, in personal development and tantra and sacred sexuality and body work and all that since 25 years. And about 5 years, I'm flying solo with my work that calls somatic consent and somatic errors. I educate individuals, couples in being good to each other. And I'm doing the consent work as a guest teacher in the Dearmouring training, and that's my fifth or sixth training. I think it's.
I'm not counting, but you feel like
quite some. But trainings like this, the Dearmouring training, I've done about 15 plus the Dearmouring training. So I'm a kind of old dog in this terrain. Okay, Deanne, please go ahead.
Well, I'm also an old dog. I think most of you know me. Does anybody doesn't know me here actually? So I need to introduce myself. Or anybody doesn't know me? You don't know me. Okay. So hi. All right. So I've been on this self-inquiry path pretty much since 17. I mean, to be honest, like when I was 17 to 20, I was exploring magic and manipulation. So yes, it was a self-discovery, but not really in a lightest possible way. So I've kind of burnt my fingers in that as well. But what I'm trying to say is I've been kind of exploring myself for a very, very long time. So then I fell into Dearmouring kind of by mistake when I was about 37 in Amsterdam. And then since then I didn't even know it was called Dearmouring. It was just, I had the most amazing release in a Chinesang session that changed my life. So then I discovered like, wow, there is this thing that in only a few hours I can really change a lot. So then I started digging and finding out different ways of quickest, most efficient and effective ways of transmuting myself. And that's really how the school started, and that's really how this whole Dearmouring career, if you like, started. So right now, this is behind me like 15 or so years. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but if you have any questions, I'm very open to answer and to fill you in the gaps if you need to or want to know more about me.
So the Dearmouring training is coming up in April 4th till 14th next month. And we are a trio of teachers. So the third person is Sana. She's giving her love and her hello. She's teaching Dearmouring through pleasure training in Spain right now. She started, I think, yesterday on Sunday. Yeah. And so it's a 7-day training. And so Deanne and I, we wing that together so that you know this is a trio training, and it's very important to have a trio training because the three of us, we are literally the core, you know, the essence, the atom of the training, and then you have all these neurons flying around that kind of assistants who have been through the training at least once or twice. And they are literally deepening the capacity of the training by being an assistant. So we building literally the core. Normally we have 6 assistants and then the kind of group. And so the trio, because of we reflecting constantly on each other and monitoring and reflecting and really getting feedback. So it's really interesting in the training when the group and the individuals going through the process. It's not like that the three of us are finished products. We're processing as well. And we're processing on another level, not on a deeper level, but we're processing on a very directed, confrontational level, having feedback, what's going on, where are we, where's the groups, where's this person, what's going on here. So it's an important thing, and I've done this kind of training in a duo, what is a complete different thing, and I really, really love that in a trio. So we are kind of a transformative family, and maybe you want to add on something to that, Ian.
No, I just want to say that for those of you that don't know us, we basically don't play games. This is our life. And we put ourselves first into the line of transformation. And that's what Matt was saying, that when our group is having the training, the teachers are having our own training in all the breaks, and we kind of help each other get real. So that's important, because by us being vulnerable and real with our shit and the stuff that we are working on, it kind of filters out into the group, and it gives, we lead by example. So everything that we do in our trainings is through our experience. Nothing is from the books. There is no kind of, we don't read books and teach. It's like we live it. So for us, the armoring is a lifestyle. It's a way of being, way of living, and then we transmit it to people and invite people to share that path. So this is really the way we work. And also, like, the reason we have 3 teachers is because we believe that the armoring is like it's a lifestyle, but there are many, each one of us has our own lifestyle within it. And so there is not one way to do the armoring. There are literally as many practitioners, that many ways. We're all different because we all come from different backgrounds. We have different interests. We come from different trainings from before. Somebody comes from Tantra path. Somebody comes from psychological or like therapeutic background. So when they become the armoring practitioners, we all develop different style. And so having 3 teachers, it gives our students a very kind of real insight into how different, because we are very different, completely, like the approach is totally different. We do the same job, but we do it in a very different way. So having 3 of us, we feel is good for students, so they can take something from Matt, take something from Sauna, take something from me, and that way it gives a realistic picture rather than creating robots and this is how it's done and this is, you know, only this is right, everything else is wrong. We kind of give you a freedom to choose how you're going to do it and help you develop your style. So this is really why. And also because we like working together.
Yeah. We have, over these years of working together, developed a really deep friendship. So we just know pretty much everything from each other and guiding each other through
the dirty laundry.
so through all the process that we have been going through. And so this is what this Dearmouring training is pretty much about. We just get to know you. We get to know the people, and people opening up Pandora's boxes in their history, in their life, in their emotional memories and stored in the body. And then we do that as much lovingly and caring as we can, that people getting their obstacle baggage out of the way, that they can live the most liberated version of themselves they want to live and manifest what they passionate about in life. Or even on this level of professionalism, how to become a Dearmouring practitioner, use that all the skills and what we teach in your own profession, in your own work line, and help other people to do the same. So I want to share a few words about myself, about my Dearmouring process. I started that in 2010 and had no idea what Dearmouring was. I just was knowing that stuff from Wilhelm Reich about armor and what armor is, and so we talk more about that in the training. And I was in a kind of private bodywork situation, and somebody was saying, hey, have you tried this Dearmouring thing? And I said, just no, what is it? And that's like, I show you. And then this person was walking on my arm, and, you know, I'm the tough German guy, and I was thinking I can just obey to everything and just go through pain. And I was just like sitting there and just like going through this pain, this person walking on my arm, till all of a sudden something cracked in me, the pain that I couldn't handle anymore, and I was just crying. Yeah. This was my first understanding of Dearmouring, and then I went through different tantric schools who actually did something similar. The more pain, the deeper the gain. And you know, like as it was in Pune, so the old Osho kind of neo-tantra Dearmouring, kind of breaking into people's resistance and ego strategies, and breaking through this dynamic of trauma and survival mechanisms, and just like crack people open. And it's a approach that I had no idea was the wrongest approach that I could imagine, but that was what the teaching was in the beginning. And then in 2014, I came across all that work with consent and the dynamic of agreements and having a frame, a field of engagement. And then I, 2015, 16, started to study everything around the polyvagal theory, trauma, PTSD, and everything around release of trauma and how that all works emotionally in the body and the social engagement system and the connection and the level of safety and agreements and what's going to happen and then the debriefing afterwards. So the entire frame, the entire picture. And I went 2016 or 17 to Bali, and I probably had till then maybe 40, 50 Dearmouring sessions on my own, and probably have given maybe 40, 50 or something. So I did a lot with internal Dearmouring and sexual Dearmouring. But then I came to Bali to a body worker. I taught how my body worked. And so that I could literally tell that person how to approach my muscle memory, how to approach my nervous system, how to approach my emotional body, and then go really deep through release. And that was the best thing that could happen. So I had probably 100 sessions with this person. And this is what we do kind of in the training. We talk more about that in a few minutes, what the frame or the dynamic in the training is and how we just build it up and what we do. But this is literally the dynamic of going deeper into the body, and that every individual has an individual way of getting approached. Dean, what's your story?
I'm not gonna go there.
No, don't want to go there?
No. If somebody has questions, please fire up. But stories. What I really want to know is why are you here? Like, what are the questions that you have? Let's give you the floor and try to answer some questions. I mean, clearly you are interested in a training, otherwise you wouldn't be here, unless you love Matt and me, in which case, thank you. But let's not kid ourselves, you know, neither of us are beauty boys, so why are you really here? Just ask.
Yeah, me basically, I signed up for the training already, and I just want to know what I signed up for.
Well, now you signed up.
So,
No, okay.
yeah, I'm just curious, to listen and to get a little bit spoiled, but maybe not too much.
Do you have a question, or do you have like something, I don't know, concern, or you signed up, okay, but like anything?
Yeah, basically, what is the purpose of this thing? What is Dearmouring basically? I have I just know the term, but I have no knowledge.
So can I take this one, Matt?
Absolutely, go for it.
But that's going to be very short. So welcome to the training, and we're going to basically spend 11 days answering that question, because it really is not easy to, I can tell you in few words what Dearmouring is. It's removing our emotional and energetic armor, and it's bringing you closer to God, basically blah, 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 blah. But the actual understanding in your body, what it is, you need to go through the training, because there are so many different ways that we work with you, and they're all Dearmouring. Dearmouring essentially is allowing people, so Dearmouring practitioner is like a signpost. I'm just showing where to look for a client. I put my finger, or I ask a question, or I point into a certain direction for client to focus on to that. And then the client is actually doing the work. But the answer what Dearmouring is, you really need to complete, this is why we call it the basic training. So at the end of 11-day training, you are going to know very clearly what Dearmouring is and what Dearmouring is not. Because it's very defined. Like, for example, massage is not Dearmouring. So it's a very particular thing. But it's not very easy to really understand what it is. So the purpose of the basic training is for practitioners and people who are potentially thinking of becoming practitioners to really deeply understand what it is and what it's not. And then if they like it, then we can recommend a further path of training for them to actually become solid, responsible, and safe practitioners. Does that give you a picture?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and a little add-on to that. So there are emotional, physical, mental ways of armor that people carry, and we're just working on all levels, even on the spiritual level, what is pretty much a byproduct. And I mean, we're working as well personal, that you might have noticed when you come to a point where there is a resistance where you can't go any further. Then the suggestion is to follow the resistance and being guided, and kind of just like getting the way into the pain that you actually can release the resistance. That's pretty much the way. Yeah. And there's nothing to be afraid of, but there's a lot of to be excited about.
I'm sure.
I mean, when you say pain, it's not only pain, because armor doesn't really, it's not just pain. It's like, can be many, many things. But yeah, pain is probably, I mean, it's often there. So
the good pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's a good one. That's a very good one, because, you know, there is a good and there is a bad pain. Like, for example, if somebody pinches me, there's like, get the fuck off. That's like a bad pain. Body knows that this doesn't feel good. But then there is also wholesome pain, like when you press into armor and it just feels like, yeah, oh, fuck this. Yeah. It's like, it's intense, but it feels wholesome. But really, we're going to go into much, 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 much more detail and depth during the training. We can't really, it wouldn't be even fair to open this box here because it has to be experienced. Thank you for the questions. Fabian, you had a question, if I'm accurate in my reading. Yeah.
No, but I already had contact to sign up as well for the training. So I will be signing up for sure. I'm already looking into it over more than a year. And it is keep coming back on my path. So I know I have to do this. I'm a massage therapist. Well, did the Tantra training for a whole year. And then I had a massage, and very good massage. And then the man was touching my heart, and it hurt like hell. And then I said, oh my God, this hurts. I said, I'm just putting my finger on your heart. I'm not pushing anything. And then I thought, what the hell, what is this? So I wanted to know that this is a part of the armoring, and then I was sold. I went to look on the internet where, what, and it had to resonate. So it resonated with going to Sweden. Yeah, everything is, yeah.
So do you have any questions or concerns or issues that you need to resolve before you join, or are you all clear?
No, it is quite, I know it will be a lot of work and self-work again, but I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a lot of, as you said, stuff will come up with people, you know, and there's a lot of snot and tears, there's a lot of crying, there's a lot of laughter, it's a lot of ecstasy, there's a lot of pleasure, there's a lot of joy. So the whole spectrum of humanness will come to the open, and that's the good thing for everyone, as far as I can tell, being authentic and real with the expression, what is in the moment, and not being afraid in real life to show your authenticity. And that's and even if it's painful, even if it hurts, and it comes with a good cry, but being vulnerable, it's a good indicator to get out of that work. Yeah.
Can I?
Yes, please go for it.
I have 5 questions.
All of them.
Go on then, fire away.
First, what type of disciplines or techniques do you include in the Dearmouring arts?
Oh la la. How long do we have?
Nah, I have 20 minutes.
No,
Then I
no, but
have
really,
to
that's
go.
not long. That's not enough. That's not enough. How many techniques? Okay, can I start with this one, Matt?
Absolutely. I
All
will
right.
do it on.
All right. So essentially, how I see the armoring is 90% of the armoring is how I look at you, how I touch you, how I hold the space for you, what kind of energy comes out of me, how I talk to you. 90%. Because in those 90%, I create a bubble of safety, love, and trust with you to the point that all I have to do is just, and you open, and the armor opens. 90%. Only 10% is what you do, like a technique. So really, it's not really important question what techniques we use many, and you will learn many. And this is why we can't tell you, because there is 11 days love. Every day you get a new technique. Every day you get a new knowledge. Every day you experience something new, literally non-stop. So in 20 minutes, I possibly cannot even start. But that's not really important. What is important is this is why this training is multi-layered, design is multi-layered. You're going to receive knowledge and information on many different levels, but all of it is going to be more geared up to you becoming a vessel, becoming a space that can hold your clients in, and also yourself. And you will get a lot of technique as well.
And let's say the three of us, we have a kind of a curriculum, and everybody is getting at the beginning of the training kind of a workbook where most is in. But then the training is pretty much based on who is coming. You know, we have this frame, and within the frame, of course, we just want to deliver all of it that we can. But then it depends on as well on the individual, and that we just might have more focus on one subject and then less on another, and that can be different from one training to another. But we have a kind of a core in the training, and let's say from that perspective. You will learn about breathing techniques. Yeah, so Sana is teaching the neurogenetic breath work. I teach, for example, TRE. We go really deep into the dynamic of consent work. So how the frame and the agreement dynamic is really built. How to communicate that with the person you're working with, that you can take that with you into your real life. Then we have a lot of individual emotional release techniques. We have the processing circle every morning, what is one of the key cornerstones of the training. And then we have a lot of hands-on individual sessions. And we do a lot of energetic training. We do external dearmoring, internal dearmoring, and there will be a lot of practice sessions, a lot of fun, a lot of dancing, a lot of connection. So you will get with a whole package out. Does it answer your first question?
First, thank you. I'm sorry, maybe this is in the website, but now it came to my mind. Since when do you work with the Dearmouring arts as you present it now to the world?
We started, first it was called Dearmouring Training in 2016. And then pretty much curriculum is the same. But like we wrote a manual then, and it's pretty much the same. But how we do it is different because we grow. So every training, I'm a different guy, and Matt is a different guy, Sana is a different woman. So more depth and more kind of richness comes from it.
Nice.
Question number 3.
What does a day of retreat look like?
Basically, there is a breakfast session, lunch session, dinner session. So that's what it looks like.
I was trying to to come to you last year, but I couldn't because of money. So at that moment, I remember, maybe it's not right, but I remember that you were recommended to don't drink coffee before to go there or something like this. Am I right?
No, I mean, that was Sanna's idea. I would never say that
No.
because I'm a coffee addict.
Yes, because me too.
Relax, it's all good.
Okay.
We have, I have done trainings before like that.
Stay next to me, we'll be good,
I've done that before years ago, kind of trainings like that, where we just like broke all this kind of different addictions. Like you just get out of smoking, you just have no alcohol, you don't drink coffee.
That was you then.
It probably was
it
me.
was Sanna.
We actually said for that duration of time you refrain as well from climaxing, because your emotional body, it's a pressure cooker, and then you're just actually opening up the entire system much faster. But the thing is, people suffer, and specifically getting off certain substances. So we just actually don't do that anymore.
No, I just want to go already.
All right, question number 4.
What is the most repeated complaint in the retreats, if any?
Complaint?
Yeah.
We don't have enough time. Basically, at the end, we're all like, oh my God, it's finished already. We need another week. So that's really the most complaint I hear.
Yeah, and another one, this is where Deanne, Sanna, and I talk every time again about it, that we just really try to create this dynamic of spaciousness. Yeah, so we don't want to rush or push or hurry anything, but then we just notice as well, and we got really, really good over the years with that. But then we notice after 10 days or 11 days is, energetically, it's a lot to digest, it's a lot to conduct, and it can feel for people, you feel overdriven like a truck. I mean, the amount of energy that is emotionally, physically, mentally created in spaces like that it's massive. And even for us, as we do that professionally, I need a week of decompression after a training. Yeah, but many participants, they have sometimes even a month where they actually the kind of emotional transformation, the repercussion, the processing after glow can take quite some time. What is a good thing, I think. But we have Sarah here. Sarah was at the training. Maybe just as much as you can share from your experience.
Oh, she was in a bus most of the time.
Well, what she has experienced. Are you actually coming back, Sarah?
Yes, I'm coming back.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I got sick. I had quite a high fever, like 4 of the days, I think. I was still really connected to the space. I noticed even my sharing group wouldn't let me go, so they actually came to to my camper every day to have a sharing group. So I was quite involved, and I love the fact that all of you 3 teachers came to visit me one day or another as well. So, but I really love the training, and I recommend it. I work with the Dearmouring, or Dearmouring healing, as I call it now, and have done. I actually realized that I had been before the training as well, but I didn't know that that was a way of calling it, or what you think. So I love it just because, well, what you have been saying, I love the fact that you really, you're really a good trio of people. You really bring different stuff to the training, and I like the fact that it's from the most loving space to the edge, and to the edge so much that well, actually there are maybe one or maybe few people that choose to leave because it's too much. And with that said, I mean, it's a super safe space, and I really love that you 3 as teachers just keeping it real. It's not like, oh, we're gonna like have each other's backs and then we criticize each other behind the scene. You do it in front of everyone if you have different opinions, and I love that because that's really keeping it real.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really love that, and I love the openness that creates in the space as well. So I love being offered to come back, just to be able to. I mean, I'm so looking forward just to train and to go there for myself as well, and perhaps get a little bit more puzzles, because as you say, I mean, we all develop, hopefully, and so have I, and so will I continue to. That's my plan, at least. And I can also, because we talked about the dearmoring as an experience, and this was actually not during the training, but I exchanged treatments with a friend, and I have such a fun release, and I'm really going to call it fun. And it was super painful. I had this pain impulses going through my body, but at the same time I'm getting orgasms, and at the same time I am hearing myself just laughing, because the body is really happy in all of this, and just shivering. So everything can really happen at the same time when you work with dearmoring, and that's what I love. And I'm pretty safe as a person, so I'm just letting it happen. I'm letting it go. So yeah, that was a pretty special moment, and I'm just hoping that everyone gets like a little taste of that, and it will be quite an amazing journey.
Wonderful. Looking forward to have you back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. But Katja, I think
the fifth question was
last question.
Right?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
No, I believe that with Sarah's experiences, it was a good,
Okay.
it was a good insight, really.
Okay.
Thank you, Sarah. Yes, because I'm with Thai body work, yoga. I have my own method, and also working with emotional release. But sometimes sometimes it's too much for me. I don't know how to hold people. So sometimes yes, sometimes no, and also want to learn more about myself. Basically, more how to work with myself, because just working with yoga, mobilizations, and breath work, I don't really reach those points when as for example, in Thailand with my masters or in my school, right? It happened to me just really once a year or so, right? So I really want to go deeper.
You will.
Yeah. And you know, the powerful, beautiful thing about this kind of tribe that is happening is, I mean, as a professional, everybody knows that we are really good in working with people and helping people to grow and go deeper on their journey. And then we actually recognize all ourselves we're missing out on our own progress, right? And coming together in this container. So there are a lot of professionals who have the same intention, want to go deeper in their own processing. And then you have a lot of peers, and you make friends with. You really create a new level of, you know, professionalism. So because there is from the beginning on no competition, and it's just this, we are all one and supporting each other to grow, and we're creating this little family tribe, and that's absolutely, transformative. You know, there has been friendship built there, just like lasting for a lifetime for many people as professional, and to see that is this itself is just really heartwarming.
Sounds sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Any more questions, people? Concerns, questions? Yeah, Michael, go for it.
Yeah, I've already asked you, Deanne. So what do you ask Matt? If someone has no interest in becoming either as a practitioner or has no interest in becoming one, is this course worthwhile?
I would say absolutely yes. So the beautiful dynamic of this course is that we have practitioner and non-practitioner, and that when you are there as a non-practitioner, you have the benefit to be in proximity with a lot of professional people. So you have the opportunity to get hands on your body from professional already in this methodology of dearmoring. And if you are a practitioner, you have as well the opportunity not only work with professional, you have as well then to work with people who are, normal people who haven't done any kind of work in this regard, and you need in the individual sessions that we have during the training, you have the opportunity to tune in where they are and what they need. Yeah? And that in itself is one of the cores of the training, so that you learn a lot as a professional and you learn a lot as a non-professional.
Yeah, but the non-professional is still required to turn up and give sessions. Is that correct?
In exchanges, yes, that's correct. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, yeah. What I wanted to say is there is never a duty of the exchange, so people have the opportunity to opt in or opt out. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like 45 minutes then flip. You can, if it's too much, you can.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, this is what we teach from the beginning is self-responsibility about your limits and what you're capable of. And so there's never a pushing or a forcing that somebody has to do something. So and we're really supporting people in their truth to speaking up where they are.
I feel like I want to put my 5 cents onto a topic here, that the style of Dearmouring that we do, I don't know about others, but what we do is client is in charge. If I'm a client, I'm the boss. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna boss my practitioner around. What that means is that I'm gonna take full responsibility for my experience. I, as a client, need to learn how to de-armor myself. And from that perspective, it actually doesn't make any difference whether my practitioner is a professional or a first-timer, because all they have to do is tune in with me and ask me, am I on the right spot? And I would say, no, just like they put a finger here, am I on the right spot? No, let me just, there, just hold it there. And then I, as a receiver, take full responsibility for breathing into, feeling, transmuting, transforming, and working through whatever I'm feeling here. So this is also why it's very possible to have no experience in body work before and offer a super, super valuable session to someone. Because if that someone knows how to actually work with themselves, and this is what we teach you in the training, this is the large part is taking personal responsibility for your own process, because only then you can become a practitioner and teach your clients how to become responsible for the process. Do you get me?
Yes. I have another question.
Can I add something first? Because I'm like sitting and jumping on the inside.
Maybe if you, I don't know,
Really
Sarah.
sure.
Okay.
It's basically, for me, it's about the personal growth as much as it's relationship training. I mean, it's so valuable to be able to feel into someone else, to feel into another human, what's happening in their body. And that's not during the training or if you're a practitioner, that's just in life and in personal meetings with others.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. The other thing I wanted to ask was, like all retreats and what have you, they're all, sometimes you come away and it's amazing. And then you have the kind of the half-life tail off where, obviously the peak experience and it starts to dwindle. And if I'm coming to this and I'm not going to be a practitioner, like and there's a very limited scope for top-ups somewhere else. Like, can we address that in some way? I'm not sure what I want to ask. It's just like,
I'm not really sure that I understand the question, Michael.
So the retreat lasts for 11 days and then I leave.
Yeah.
And then I come home. I'm not a practitioner and I perhaps won't have access to you guys or other practitioners nearby. So then is it just like, that was a peak experience? Great. And then what's the dynamic of that? I imagine this is difficult for you to answer, but as a non-practitioner, what can I expect?
Okay, so I'm going to try it. Give me a second. So if I'm understanding you correctly, the training itself is designed in two parts. You can say 50-50. 50% you're going to learn to be a practitioner. So you're going to learn plenty of theory, you're going to learn do's and don'ts, you're going to learn things. Other 50% or more is going to be a personal transformational retreat. So meaning that 50% of the time you are going through your own transformation, you're meeting your own demons, you're looking at your own shadows, you're growing as a person. And that transformation is not a peak experience. That's happening there and there, and you're being transformed. This is not something that, at least if we do our job right, and if you kind of put yourself on a table and say, this is me, you say this stuff works, show me, then the transformation, hardcore transformation, will actually happen within 11 days. You go home a different person. This is not something that's going to come up and down. This is going to stay. What will come up and down is the whole, I mean, there are going to be many people and it's super intense. So that is going to be a peak experience. Your nervous system, your whole energetic body will need time to exhale and to integrate.
Yeah.
But the stuff that you transformed, this is going to stay with you forever. And this is the beauty of the Dearmouring. The Dearmouring actually deals with a root cause of whatever issue there is. So once you transform it, it never comes back again. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I guess it does. Yeah.
And
Matt?
can I add a little bit to that? So the thing is, you will have a decompression after 10 days of processing yourself and others processing themselves. This is undeniable. It will happen, you know. Another part is, and we just started that, that after the training, when you are on your own, we have, for example, a Facebook group. And in that Facebook group, you can address if you have anything going on. See if there are, you know, wherever you live, are there people around me I can maybe exchange and practice with? We have started after the last training. This is probably now I think the 5th or the 6th webinar that we do, so that we have ongoing live online sessions where you can just jump in and just say what's going on, what's the problem, what do you need more of. And in the training in itself, you will have a sharing group, and in that sharing group, it creates as well connection and friendship with people that you can continue after the training to meet in any form you want, to have more of connection. And another important piece is, and I just want to drop that pretty soon, we check as well before we welcome people to the training in a one-on-one call. So this calls now, you get to know us and we share a little bit, but we're not taking as well everybody at the training. And we want to make sure that we are a good fit and that this training is a good fit for you. And we offer for everyone to check that out, a minimum of a 30-minute check-in call where we just have a real conversation to see where you are, what's going on in your life, what's your intention, what would you like to get out of it, what do you really need, what's your concern, and what do you really struggle with. So that we see at the end of that call that we know and you know that this is a good fit, because we want people who really want to go through this process, yeah, as an individual and as a professional. And if that's something that is resonating with you and you said, okay, I just really want to give it a go, then you're more than welcome to have an individual one-on-one call with me or with Deanne, and then we check each other out.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And by saying that, I just want to drop that link. So please copy that out. One link is where you can book a call with me, and the other one is, here we are. And the other one is from the training. No, that was the wrong. To everyone in the meeting. Here we go. So please copy and paste that link somehow, or click the button, open it, and feel free to choose a time that works best for you. And if you want to have a call with Deanne, I don't know. You have a link, DN, or how do you want to do it?
I don't have a link, but if anybody of you want to have a call, just raise a hand and we'll kind of hook up.
Okay.
I'll find you, or you find me. Yes, okay. Fabian. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll write my email here. 1 second.
And there is David's hand. Is it clapping applause, or would you like to ask or say something? And
I would like to have contact to Dion as well.
okay.
All right, so I've just put my email address in there. You're driving, David. Can you copy it or?
Yeah, I will copy it before we end this call. Yeah, so
Okay.
it's okay.
Okay, but also if not, Matt, you have a David's contact, right?
No, it must be on you. It's run over your Zoom.
Okay.
But Dion, we have been in contact before, so I think
so you'll find me. Yeah. If you will find me. All right. Cool. So, any more questions, concerns? You'd like to come to training, but
I have a concern. And, yeah.
And then Michaela.
I know it's might be hard to answer because it's personal, but it's the decompression and how much, I don't know, how much space I should like count in to create for myself or whatever about going back to work,
Right. So I have a question. Have you ever taken ayahuasca?
Not ayahuasca, no.
Okay. Anything psychedelics?
Yeah.
Like,
LSD.
okay. How much? How often? How many times?
Maybe mushrooms 3 times, 2.6 grams, and LSD like half a tab 4 times, let's say. Okay,
cool. So you have some kind of experience of intense experience that you need to be able to hold yourself in center without going off the rails. And when when shit hits the fan, you can hold yourself, right?
I would say, yeah.
Okay, so I also, when I feel your energy, I also get a yes. So the training can be super, super deep. And my personal recommendation, take as much time as you can.
Yeah.
But also, some people go to work straight afterwards and then they decompress slowly over a longer time. You see what I mean? Really, it's personal and it depends. But if you've taken psychedelics, your system is already calibrated in order to take intensity and to function. So this is going to be kind of similar experience. It's like a ceremony without Mama Aya. It gets super intense, and yet it's kind of, the session finishes and you can navigate your life and you can come back in the center. It will take time, and hopefully it will take a long time, which means that you got a lot out of it. But it's designed, we've done this so many times, and it's designed in a way that you can actually integrate it and survive.
And
with your work, with your relationships and stuff, But don't hold back. Please don't hold back. Like, go full in, all in. Really milk us for every penny, because that's really, it's not really often that people have the chance to spend 11 days in a container like that. I know it's our training, but man, this is fucking real. We don't play games. So if you really have real issues, real kind of stuff that you're dealing with, just like chuck it on the table, come on, show me. And then your life will change. And so that's the whole point. And you will be different when you come out. And of course, you will need time to readjust to a new self and reorganize your life, and your whole base, your whole root chakra will need time to reposition your life around you, and for the mirrors to reposition themselves to new you, to recalibrate to new you, So this is like that's my kind of highest wish for you, for everybody who comes to the training, for actually to have a different life. So when you come out, you're actually a different person,
Yeah, I would like to add something to that as well. You know, I've heard from people who said, you know, this 10 or the intensity of this 10, 11-day training is like compared to a year of therapy, you know. It can be intense. And the recommendation that we have at the end of the last day, what is the closing around 4:00. So then you have probably, it depends where you live, you have a day of travel. So that means you will maybe travel the evening of that day, or you just maybe have a day or night over in Stockholm, and then you have the next day of travel. I would highly recommend not to go to work the next day if you don't have to. You know, just be good to yourself. Have a day in nature, have a day off. Just let that all drink in and land, let it land, you know. This day, even if you have 2 days, it will be so much more beneficial for you. But if you need to just like jump in something back in and is important, then of course you can, but I guess you will have a different perspective of life after the training. Then you might have an appointment that you have created before the training for after the training. So just be conscious about that. That would be my 5 cents. Yeah? Michaela.
You're not any clearer, are you?
Yeah, but yeah, I am actually. It's because, but we can talk more about that then when we have our private session.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right. Any more questions?
Michaela had her hand up.
Just a simple question. How often do you offer the basic training? Is it once a year?
Normally twice, but sometimes once, yeah. Normally twice a year, but actually sometimes once.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
I don't know, it doesn't really fit, but I just want to say that Sanna found a new place. So normally we have done that in Skeppsudden. That's a 3-hour ride from Stockholm. Now we're an hour north of Stockholm in a place that calls Västera. And it's a really nice place. It's like a big mansion with amazing rooms, and it's just a great session room, and it's absolutely beautiful in nature. So in this time, it's the first time, but we plan that every half a year. Is that right, Jan? So next one
is in November.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm not prepared, because 1 hour ago a friend of mine sent me the invitation to this Zoom call and said to me, you have to do it.
Oh, cool.
And so I'm here.
Don't hesitate.
Any information, without being on your webpage, nothing, just jumped in.
So why did your friend tell you have to do it?
Because I'm working as a sex therapist, and I work a lot with the yoni egg. You heard about it, I'm sure.
Of course.
Yeah. And I'm working with the yoni egg, but not in a sexual way. It's like trauma release. Yes.
Cool. Come. If you want to take a call either with Matt or with me, please do. You're super welcome to come.
Yeah, and
Yeah, thank you. I feel the call, but to be honest, I came from ayahuasca and from a very deep process, and I have the feeling right now it would be too much.
It's still a month to go, and I have so much I have so much to say about yoni healing and muscle contraction and trauma release. And as a professional, I would highly recommend you get that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe I do the private call and then we talk more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, please copy the link for the map.
I already did it.
Yeah.
And
all right, any more questions, people?
And we can as well speak German. I'm German.
It would be great because my English is not so good.
Perfect. We will figure that out.
Okay.
Questions, concerns, ideas. I want to come, but, or I don't want to come, but. I don't know. So, who is sitting on the fence here? Who would like to come, but something logistically or financially or something doesn't work?
Who has a yes, but?
Yeah. No one.
But a no, but is as well welcome. So do you have a no because? Is as well welcome. So you know whatever your position is.
Basically, like on a financial side, I just want to say there are two offers. One is we're offering for a couple. It doesn't have to be actual couple, can be just two friends. But basically, any two people coming, there is a good discount for that. So each one pays 2,500. So it's almost 300 euro discount each. So for two people, obviously plus VAT. So that's one thing. And the other one is for people that really want to come but can't afford it all. Then we're offering a super flexible, super duper good installment plan. So you just pay the deposit, or we can figure out how much you want to pay upfront and then spread it over X amount of months afterwards. So basically we're doing it so that we know the training is not cheap, but I personally don't want money to be a problem for people not joining, because it really is a valuable training. So if some of you would like to come but have a financial problem, or like potentially you can't come because you don't have cash right now, get in touch and we'll figure it out, and like it's all workable and doable. Don't let that stop you coming. Yeah.
Being said that, you don't need to come as a couple with your partner. If you have a friend or a colleague or somebody else who is as well interested, you can come as a pair. Let's say it that way.
Yeah.
So and get a discount. That's our offer.
So, any more questions? Somebody left a message. Let's see.
Okay, it looks like we are. Is there anything?
No,
okay.
I should just say.
So, Sophie. So we don't want to write on energy if there are no other questions, and if your curiosity is satisfied and you get all the information that you needed, or anything else that you wasn't aware of that you will hear, then maybe a few questions. What's your aha? What's your takeaway? What has fired your curiosity? And anything that you might consider for the future, or anything else you want to say to kind of wrap it slowly up if there are no other questions.
And while that's happening, please make sure you copy the email address and the links before we close it, because otherwise it goes away.
Anything that has resonated? Anything?
Magnus, you seem deep in thought for the whole process. What's happening in your head?
Oh, now I have a microphone.
Yay!
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I don't know how much I will have done of a process. That's what I'm thinking of. I've done lots of process for my life, and I went for I don't know if you recognize psychosynthesis.
Psychosynthesis.
By Fabian.
In Stockholm for 2 years, and lots of I did lots of dearmouring there and stuff like that. I have an enlightenment, and thinking of what I'm going right now in my life, and maybe I have some dearmouring in my body left, I think, but I don't know.
If you want to talk about it, we don't have time right now, but either get in touch with me or Matt, and we kind of hop on Zoom for some time and chat. And even if you don't come to the training, maybe we can recommend something else, or you know.
Do you have a profession as a body worker or therapist or some in this area?
No.
No. And this is something that you might consider or that you have considered, or okay.
I'm in a place I don't have to do anything.
Oh my God, luxury. Can we all be envy? So what are you doing?
Not just because of the money, more because of my travel, my spiritual path. I have come to this place that yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. Maybe we come to a training of yours and you teach us how.
You're welcome.
Yes. Okay. Anybody else to wrap it up and complete it? Three, two, one. Fabienne?
Just wanted to say that now I'm very excited and I'm really looking forward to it. But I also know that when it will be there, I will be very anxious as well.
Yes.
That's normal.
And that's as well very welcome.
That's normal, yeah. I mean, if you were not anxious coming to this kind of training, I'm worried.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, you're walking into fire. Like, we're not playing games there. So, of course, it's going to be exciting and sometimes scary. I'll be scary sometimes. So I need to also warn you. My job in there is we play different roles. And my role is this like sergeant major. You know, I cannot keep the... Yeah.
Okay. Then saying thank you, and for the one of you who are choosing to join, we're looking forward. More than happy to see you in person and exchanging 10 days of transformation with you.
11.
And if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to one of us.
Yeah.
And thank you for spending...
don't be shy with that, really. Like milk class, we're here for you.
Yeah.
Don't be shy.
Then thank you for spending that time with us here today, asking your questions, being curious and interested, and have an amazing day. Looking forward to seeing you in person.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming, and have a beautiful evening.
Yeah. All right.
You too.
Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
Take good care. Much love. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.